Hello there, guys. Hello, hello, hello. I will wait for someone to pop up so I'll know that I'm on live and I'm on public. So I'll just wait because we are going to go through some stuff today. I cannot believe HBO. There we go. Hi, Leah. You're the first one, and many more are coming. I cannot believe HBO. Okay, they have given us a rebuttal to the Michael Jackson estate's lawsuit against them regarding the Leaving Neverland fabricated child pornography film. Okay, that's what I'm going to call it because I've already listed at least 60 lies in it, in either Leaving Neverland, the lawsuit, or the surrounding interviews. So anyway, but before we get to that, let's do some house cleaning. There's a couple of things that I want to talk to you guys about. And I'm going to take off my glasses for a second because I went to the MAC counter today and I had MAC do my makeup. So you guys like it? I do. Okay, because I'm going somewhere tonight. So I went and got my makeup done professionally. Okay, so anyway, before we get to that, we're going to talk about a few other things. Okay, Taco Bell. Now, is Taco Bell going to pay Michael some money? Thank you, Steve Monzone, for sending this to me. I'm going to turn my camera around. This is the new Taco Bell commercial. They're biting off of Michael Jackson. I'm going to turn the sound down because a lot of times if you have with Facebook, if you have the sound on, they'll flag you for copyright. Okay. But of course, Taco Bell wants this shown because it's a commercial. So show it as much as you want. So they're biting off of Michael Jackson's bad. Look at the bad. That's bad. Okay, that's bad. And well, not the biting. Okay. And they're biting, this is still bad, right? And then they're going to bite off of Beat It and the jacket with the rhinestones on it. The roller skating is from Bad. Okay, so they're just biting off of Michael Jackson. It's a parody. And I think copyright laws allow you to, this is Michael's dance moves, allows you to, that's so totally bad. And then this is Beat It, that's Beat It. So they're just kind of copying off of them. But I think with copyrights, you're allowed to, this right here. Who remembers that from Bad? Okay. So I think with copyright laws, you're allowed to make parodies of people, and it's not copyright infringement. Okay, Oprah Winfrey. Okay, my girl Oprah, who's been in a lot of trouble. She said that she hasn't got this much backlash from fans since Ellen and some dog show she did about some dog. Okay. But anyway, she is saying stuff like she quit 60 Minutes. She was a special correspondent for 60 Minutes. She quit that a few days ago. She said it was flattening out of her personality. They didn't like the way she said her name, so she had to go. Yeah, right, Oprah. You're losing your touch, girl, because right now I think you are probably scared of losing your empire because you've already sold off another 25% of it, a year and a half, 2 years ago, when you had 50% ownership of OWN. Now you're down to 25%. So you're probably worried about some things. And what you did with Michael Jackson, girl, you got put in the trick bag. Okay. Now she is saying, now this is from the Daily News. Now Oprah is saying, I didn't have to be in on it, on Leaving Neverland. She's saying, why did I do that? But then she said, I still believe what I believe. And she's going to use the Dan Greed BS line, which is, it's not about Michael Jackson. Where is she? I've been trying to say it's not about the moment, it's about the seduction. Well, she said in here, so if you guys want to read this, she's going to use the Dan Greed part and try to be a martyr. Well, I was trying to help sexual abuse victims, and it wasn't really about Michael Jackson, but I still believe what I believe. Well, you're backing up off of it because you shouldn't have done it. You should have done research, Oprah. You're a journalist. You've been interviewing people for years. You got plenty of money. You should have had somebody spend 3 days trying to verify what these boys have said. Okay. And these boys are nothing but liars, and it's a conspiracy, and it's an extortion attempt. And I can say that because I got a lot of facts that the fans, me, so many wonderful people have discovered. Taj, Jackson, Brandy, Dayton, Wade the whole time. The mama's in love with Michael the whole time, and nobody noticed anything. Even Diane Diamond, she didn't say that Wade and James were victims. And at least she didn't ever like write a whole expose on Wade and James, you know, saying that it was them. And she didn't even find it. Okay. So, and she's a big, huge Diane Diamond. She's a big, huge stalker. Okay. I want to turn the camera around real quick. You guys see me real quick. All right. I don't think, with, the radio interview that I did for KABC Talk Radio, guys. Well, in that interview, I want to take my glasses off because she did such a good job with my eyes. Didn't she? Mac counter. Okay, at Macy's, that's where I went. Because they'll do your makeup. If you buy like $60 worth of makeup, they'll do your makeup for free. Did you guys know that? Well, probably a lot of you guys knew that. Well, anyway, so I was, the radio interview, it was pre-scheduled. Okay, so everybody's like, you got cut off because they wanted to make you look stupid by saying Michael Jackson is alive, and then they cut you off. Well, no, it was pre-scheduled, so it went a little longer than expected. So I just want to kind of give KABC a break on that. And also, I'm glad he asked me if I believe Michael is alive. You know why I'm glad he asked me if I believe that Michael Jackson is alive? Is because he is. And I got to mention how the verdict of the Conrad Murray trial says alleged victim who died on an alleged date. If that doesn't make you go, wait, then I don't know what will. And then I asked the LA district attorney, can you confirm that dead bodies is Michael's? And he said, no, we're not answering your question. Why not? Okay. Caught the coroner in a lie, talking about he named the body from a driver's license. Okay. And he got the name and identified the body with the driver's license. What? Michael had a driver's license on him in his pajamas? I mean, and there's no driver's license in the name of Michael Joseph Jackson. Okay, and there's so much more. So, hey guys, please get your copy of the Alive trilogy of Michael Jackson documentaries. Okay, please order it. I promise. Your mind will be blown away. And if you can't figure it out on your own, nobody did. This is 8 years worth of research, because it was released in January 15th, Peter Michael Bobby, 2017. And then I have enough information for an Alive 4, but I don't have the resources to produce it at this time. All right, now let's get to the lawsuit. Okay, let me pull that up. Okay, we all know that the MJ estate sued HBO because they had a 1992 agreement when they agreed to air Michael Jackson live in Bucharest for the American audience, because Michael didn't tour the Dangerous tour. I'm pretty sure it's a Dangerous tour. Was it Dangerous or History? You guys know, but I believe it was the Dangerous tour. And he did not tour that in the USA. He didn't tour either one of them in the USA, as a matter of fact. So Michael wanted to have something for the American audience, so he did an agreement with HBO in 1992. Well, in that agreement, as per HBO, who said there was one sentence that said we couldn't disparage Michael. What you mean, just one sentence? Okay, when I read their rebuttal to this, you know how somebody don't argue fairly, right? You know how somebody is so ridiculous and their arguments are just such a waste of time. You want to go, bye, Felicia. That's how I read this rebuttal, okay? Why it should be terminated, why it's invalid, why it's no longer valid, okay? It's because they're nitpicking stuff, okay? Nitpicking. And all this is money, because when you're a high-priced lawyer, Petrocelli, he did the civil case for O.J. Simpson, in which O.J. Simpson lost that civil case, okay? And I think he was on the side, I don't know what side he was on, but he was a part of it. And he also did the Enron case. So he's a high-powered guy. His name is something Petrocelli. And the other one is Mr. Boutros. And let me pull up. I have a couple of things up for them. And let me pull this up. Okay, here's the lawsuit. Okay, and Petrocelli, Boutros has worked for companies like Walmart. He's been on CNN. He's got a hell of a resume. He's very, very experienced. But they argue like they're children. Okay, this is their rebuttal, and it was released yesterday. And it to me is just their arguments are like, it's like a child arguing, and you just want to just go, never mind, okay, whatever you want, just leave me alone. Okay, that's their style, because they're arguing on silly things. Okay, they're using words like, oh, it's the agreement is just too vague and too ambiguous, and it's not valid anymore. It's not valid because when we signed the agreement in 92, and there was one sentence that said you can't disparage, and then the other document, we didn't really mean forever, ever, even though it says perpetual, which means never end. What do you mean never? We could not, as HBO, we could not find anything that said after somebody dies that the agreement is still valid. Dude, I mean, guys, come on. Let me turn my camera on. Guys, come on. You know the agreement was between TTC Touring, who is now Optimum Productions, and HBO. It wasn't the individual Michael Jackson you signed that agreement with. Okay, come on. Okay? The non-disparagement agreement is a standalone addendum. You know that, but you try to minimize that, okay? And it says never ends. Never means never. Don't be like William Barr in the Senate hearings where Kamala Harris asked William Barr, has anybody suggested to you? And he said, well, I'm trying to figure out the word suggested. Okay, this is how silly this is. So this is like out of the Trump BS, like rebuttal game, because it feels like a game. It feels like this is just game. It doesn't feel real to me. It seems immature. Their rebuttal seems immature to me. Like, oh, okay, it says arbitration, but at another part it said the court will decide. So on that, maybe it shouldn't be arbitration after all, because it's vague and we don't know exactly what it means. Instead of, arbitration is very clearly defined in the 92 agreement. And if it said the courts will decide, they didn't mean that it should be a trial. So they're trying to use a technicality in that. They kept saying it's 26 years old. Don't matter. Never means never. Perpetual means perpetual. In perpetuity means in perpetuity. You're not supposed to disparage Michael. Whoa, 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 whoa. Then they're saying, well, it's kind of subjective. We don't know for sure that being called a pedophile is a bad thing. Like, are we sure? It's subjective. Okay, and then they want to throw in, well, the public needs to know, so we have a right to do it, and it's First Amendment, and First Amendment should trump the agreement that we signed 26 years ago, because when we signed it, all we really wanted was to air live in Bucharest and get the money from it. We didn't mean that other stuff that we signed, judge or arbitrator. We didn't mean that. I mean, this is how silly this got. Oh, and even though we did sign it, and you might find that, we got the First Amendment right. Okay, we got the First Amendment. So they're trying to tell us we can't express ourselves. So let's just forget that we signed that. Shh, let's just move that out of the way. Okay, and because we get due process, which trumps everything that we signed, because we signed something, but we really didn't mean it when we signed it. We just wanted to live, because since we aired live in Bucharest, since we aired it, that should be the end of our contractual agreement, right? I mean, this is how silly it is. Okay. Let's see what else. Oh, and we didn't even make the documentary. Amos Productions did. Oh, but you were told and you were served with a lawsuit before you aired at HBO. So what's up with that? You could have pulled it at any time, but no, you decided to give the estate the finger and not comply with HBO saying, look, we need to sit down and chit chat. You said, no way, we airing this, right? All right, so let's keep going. It's unenforceable. You know why it's unenforceable? Because we don't want it to be enforceable. Because the agreement is signed. We got our documentary. We aired live in Bucharest, and we should be done. This is really their argument. Let's see. Oh, they said, HBO said, we did not find anything. HBO didn't find. Don't mean it doesn't exist. So you got to read these things. And I read it one time. Okay, I read this. I did read the whole thing one time. And it says, HBO could not find any agreement as such after somebody died. Well, why is it of public interest, Michael being a molester, if he's dead? If he's dead, you can't stop him. What the public need to know? Just to disparage him? Even though he's been acquitted and he's not here to defend himself? Okay? Now, if they're relying on you can't disparage, you can't defame the dead, I'm here to tell you that I have not found anything that proved to me that Michael Jackson was dead. Nothing. No hospital records, no forest lawn, no name on no grave. The death documents are in the wrong name, which makes it invalid per the Department of Public Health. The coroner lied. The LADA is vague, talking about alleged victim, alleged date, and won't confirm the dead bodies. Michael, no name on the 911 call, and so much more. I promise you. You watch my live documentary, you're going to be like, oh my God, oh my God. Oh yeah, I got my nails done. I don't know if I really like it too much. It's supposed to be sparkly and shimmery. Okay. Anyway, so let's see. Let's see what else they said that was and TTC touring. You guys didn't tell us every step that you were making when you were making the steps that you were making. So since you didn't tell us that you were doing what you were doing, therefore, forget this. Forget that we signed that. You know, and even if you do think something, First Amendment, and even if you do, we're doing it to help people. Help people with what? You said he's dead. So you're not saving any more children from being molested? I mean, it's like argumentative, like, it's like bye, Felicia. Okay? It doesn't really make that much sense. Let's see. Did I go through everything? First Amendment, subjective, if it's disparaging. They're saying, we're not even sure that it's disparaging. Could you define disparaging? Arbitration, but the court will decide, let's say, technicality, vague, ambiguous, distribution, invalid, terminated. These are the words that are used in this, okay? Let's see. I think I went over the whole thing. Okay, let me turn this around. Okay. And here is the actual law, the rebuttal to it, saying all the stuff that I'm telling you that it says. And then they cite all these cases, so they're going to make you work for it. Okay, and this is getting ready to cost Michael's estate a lot of money. Okay, because these guys are arguing on silly stuff. Okay, they're not being very mature. Okay, and they're being a bit bratty as well. Okay, and it should be the judge, hopefully, is smarter than this. And the judge says, bye, Felicia. Okay, for HBO. Because you made an agreement when you wanted to air live in Bucharest. And now that it's 26 years later and you want to defame Michael Jackson and say he's a child molester on a one-sided documentary that has that pretty much has zero evidence, zero proof in it, just the words of liars, proven perjurers, because they're perjurers no matter if you believe their testimony in 93, 94, or 2005, because that's when they were telling the truth. That's when they were under oath. But they perjured themselves in the lawsuit with all the 60 lies that I have named. So go back and watch my videos with 40 lies, 50 lies, and then just watch my subsequent videos after that. And then they're saying that we do compelling television. You did a hit job on Michael Jackson. Okay. So this is pretty much the lawsuit that I'm kind of just, kind of scrolling through with you guys. And I don't think they have a leg to stand on. And the arbitration is scheduled right now to happen on May 23rd, in which I will be there. The longest any performable rights or obligations lasted under the 1992 agreement was through the holdback period. The holdback, I remember that. That's kind of like a word that they use when they don't want to pay you all your money, and they hold back a certain percentage of it in case there's returns, defined as a 12-month period following. So they're saying it was only valid for a year after they signed it. I mean, after, Michael did what he was supposed to do, which was deliver them a top-notch, #1 highest rating, even though he didn't agree that it had to be highest rated, but it was one of their highest rated musical shows ever. Okay, Michael gave you guys something, and in return, you're acting like it doesn't matter, like you hate him or something. And I know he had to cancel another HBO special he did because he got sick. Okay, let's see. They're blaming Amos Productions, okay, for making it, and which is not a party to the lawsuit. Well, they can't, because it was HBO that had the non-disparagement agreement and was licensed to HBO for distribution in the United States, Canada, and Bermuda. But you're the distributor, so it is you. You are involved in this because you did not have to air it. Okay, because you weren't supposed to air it. And then it's saying that forget the errors. It doesn't matter about the errors. They're not the ones that are going to be embarrassed. Yeah, they are. Because if somebody told me my daddy was a child molester and a serial child molester, that's pretty embarrassing. Let's see. The letter sent to HBO on February 7, 2019, that's almost a full month before they aired it. So they had plenty of time to sit down with the Michael Jackson estate and do it. And then they are saying that the Michael Jackson estate has attacked them. Like the estate is just supposed to sit there, be quiet, and say, yeah, call Michael any kind of molester you want all day, every day. We ain't gonna do nothing about it. Saying that they're the ones harmed. I mean, it's a by Felicia. And I'm hoping that the judge is smart enough to see that these are nitpicky, find anything type of defenses for HBO. And just like with the, okay, so I'm just going to scroll through this real quick just to kind of let you guys see it. And then I was saying something, see, I want you guys to see it. And then these two names, I'm going to show you these guys' names. Yeah, I've read the whole thing. Here we go. Ooh, it's long. Okay, here are the two guys that wrote it. Okay, and they're very well, they're the attorneys for HBO, but they're also the attorneys for O'Melveny and Myers, who are the ones that were AEG Live's attorneys for the Catherine lawsuit, in which, so something in the milk ain't clean. I'm feeling something ain't right here with the Catherine lawsuit, where Catherine had to pay them $800 and something thousand. So something ain't right. That's all I can feel. I feel like there's game going on there. Something ain't right, because their argument to me was weak and nitpicky and like silly. You know what I mean? But hey, I'm not the judge. I'm not going to be the one to decide this. But anyway, I have who they are. Okay. I saved it. This is Daniel Petrocelli, and it says, known in his part for his work in the 1997 wrongful death civil case against O.J. Simpson. So basically, he won that. Okay, so he made I don't know if he ever got paid or if O.J. ever paid whatever millions of dollars he was supposed to pay Nicole family, Simpson family, and the Goldman family. I don't know. Okay, so that's Petrocelli, and then Boutros. I got him up too. Where's Boutros? I thought I had him up. Oh, I don't have Boutros up? I thought I had him up too. Oh, nope, I don't have Boutros up. All right. Well, you can Google him. It's spelled Boutros, but I thought I could have swore I had him up here. I had him. No, I don't. Okay. I lost my train of thought. Well, I have to put it in the description once I listen to this back. I will put it in the description because I've lost my train of thought, and I'm so sorry for doing that. But anyway, I think the estate is in good shape with that, judging by their retort or their answer to the complaint, their rebuttal, because it's silly. And perpetual means never ever ends. That's what it means. Okay? And it's not between Michael Jackson, it's between his company. That's who signed the non-disparagement agreement. And they're the distributors. And you've worked with Dan Greed. HBO, you've worked with Dan Greed before. Okay, so did you green-light it ahead of time as a distribution company? And once you green-lighted that you were going to air it, that enabled him to get money from Amos Productions? Just saying. And so we got to do some work on you can't defame the dead. But we'll prove to me Michael Jackson is dead. And remember, in AEG Live, it took them 7 days. First, they wouldn't stipulate that Michael Jackson was even dead. And then they stipulated, I think, because it was Michael Joseph Jackson. They made a point of the name. And we know that Michael's name is not Michael Joseph Jackson. Anyone who doesn't believe me, Google his driver's license, his U.S. passport, his Korean visa, okay, his BMI royalties, his Motown ID, his $3 million bail bonds. These are things that Michael had to show as his legal form of identification. So, you know, things that say Michael Joseph Jackson, you can't say, oh, Joe Jackson put Michael Joseph Jackson on his website. You can't give that to the police when they say license or identification. You can't take that to a bank. Well, it says Michael Joseph Jackson on one of the kids' birth certificate. Yeah, look at that birth certificate. It says informational, not a valid document to establish identity. Okay. But he said it in the 93 deposition that his name is Michael lied because he played the name game. And even Dr. Tome tried to play the name game in one of the lawsuits that he had filed. Okay. The name game, let me tell you, in California courts, it is, I did a video on this. In California courts, if somebody said, move the camera back, your face is too big. Okay. In California courts, if you use the wrong name as who the defendant is, it can be thrown out on technicality. I did a video, it's all in the name, all in the game. Okay. So, and that's why in the 2005 trial, at first, it was Michael Joseph Jackson. And then the FBI told him, whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, yeah, the FBI files say Michael Joe Jackson, too. And they had to change it. And that's why if you listen to the 2005 verdict, it says Michael Joe Jackson. Because if it said Joseph and Tom Sneddon had gotten a conviction, then they could have been thrown out. So Tom Sneddon knew that his name was Michael Joe Jackson. So anyway, guys, I am going to a screening of a movie tonight. And I got to get out of here. Oh, my goodness. I got to get out of here. That's why I have makeup on. You guys don't see me without my glasses too often, huh? Do I look okay? I can only see, I can't see. You get older, you can't see. All right, guys. So I love you, and keep Michaeling, and don't forget to order your copy of the Alive trilogy of Michael Jackson documentaries, DVD, or watch it on Amazon Video Direct. Oh yeah, there is a somebody's working on a documentary right now. I know Mark Lester is in it, and Matt Fiddles is in it, and it's British, and it's supposed to be a rebuttal to Leaving Neverland. That's supposed to be on Amazon Prime in June. So that was some other news that we had. And I think that's it. I have a video that I wanted to show you guys about how they're trying to normalize pedophilia, but I don't want to get into that because it's such a serious topic right now. All right. So let me see if I have any more notes. No, that's it. I'm caught up. So I will talk to you guys next time. And you can watch the Alive trilogy, Alive 1, 2, and 3 on Vimeo.com. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.